Hi guys, how's everyone doing? I'm super excited to make this video because it's something that's been weighing on my heart for a couple of weeks and I just really want to share it with you guys. I have been a Christian for pretty much just a couple of months. So a pretty recent happening and thing in my life, and it's very exciting. I've loved building a relationship with God. It's really been interesting because for those of you guys who have watched a lot of my videos, you know that I've talked a lot about law of attraction. I've studied law of attraction for many years, and part of the reason why I was so resistant to Christianity at first was because I felt like with law of attraction, I was getting like the science, like I was like, hey, I'm in the know, it's all particles, it's all wavelengths, it's all, vibration, and I understand how that works, and it's really science. It's not like divine, whatever. And so the more that I really studied the Bible, because my husband was really deepening his relationship with God, and I was like, okay, I'm curious about what he's experiencing, and I have an open mind. The more I realized that these two ideas are really, they coincide, they overlap in an enormous way. Like there's so many teachings and verses in the Bible that talk about like the exact same type of things that, when I was reading Napoleon Hill's, Think and Grow Rich, that it was like the same message. If you just know, if you have a knowingness, then it's going to happen. And, you just can't, you don't know the how that's going to actually play out. But if you're thinking about the end goal, yada, yada, all the things that I've probably run, a million videos out at this point. And so that's been a path that I've been taking in my life over the course of the last couple of months that I've been exploring that I haven't really shared with you guys just yet. And it's just been on my heart for a little while to share that. And so here I am doing so. And I think that I've been wanting to share, something. And I think what happened to me a couple of weeks ago is that thing. So a couple of weeks ago, I was at church. The pastor was like really trying to get us to tackle what is, bothering us or what we're having problems with. And the way that he really talked about it a lot was like what we're putting walls up against or why we have walls up in the first place. I remember, it was just a great sermon that he was delivering, but I didn't really felt like it really pertained to me, like he was talking about like, figure out like what the walls are that you have around, your heart and yourself, and, and what are you just kind of upset about, and what's not going right, and what are you frustrated about, and all these things. And it was powerful. But I remember thinking, I don't really feel that way about anything. I certainly have at times in my life, right? I'm no stranger to having struggled or whatever, but I definitely don't feel any of those feelings right now. I feel kind of happy. I'm excited about my marriage. I'm excited about my career. I'm grateful for the things that I have. I try not to, even though I'm very driven, I try not to look around and, say, why don't I have this? Or I'm upset that I don't have that, and instead really express a lot of gratitude. And so I'm like in the crowd, like, I'm trying, Pastor, but I'm not really upset about anything right now, And so, but he just kept pushing, and I was like, okay, fine. Like, I'm going to find something to be upset about. So I really was, thinking about the word as he was speaking it. I was like, okay, well, you know what? If I had to pick something, then it would be, why aren't I even farther along? I'm happy, with the way that everything's going right now, but I've been working hard for about a decade, and, while I live a fantastic life, if you would have asked me 10 years ago, today, I would already be a millionaire. And while I do well for myself for the average 32-year-old female. I am not currently a millionaire. And not that that's everything, but, right, I'm searching. I'm looking for something. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I'm talking to, myself, and then I'm kind of talking to God, and I'm saying, okay, well, look, I put so much in. God, I work so much on my business. I do so much to better myself. I've really devoted myself to, just personal development in my career for the last decade, heavily. Why aren't I farther along? Why don't I have an empire just yet? And I'm getting into it. And I feel like what I'm about to share with you is very personal, but I really felt his message back to me was that I put all this in, but what do I really put in to him? And it just was like a message that hit me like a ton of bricks. And I was like, oh my gosh, even as I'm exploring my relationship with God and I'm there for it, I'm there for it when it's convenient for me, when it's convenient for my schedule, I'll go easily days without communicating with him because I'm busy. And I kind of rationalized it with hey, if God can really hear all of my thoughts anyway, then kind of aren't I always communicating with them, right? Not really understanding the power of prayer and how much he really wants to be in our presence. So that really hit me a couple weeks ago. And a couple weeks ago, I realized that I needed to really change and that I really needed to move my relationship with him to a point where I'm exploring and it's convenient for me, and it's something that I'm open to and I believe in. It's a part of me, and I have my time with God every morning, and I give him my business, and I give him, whatever stresses I have day to day, or, whatever I'm trying to accomplish. And actively, every morning, every day, I'm communicating with him while I'm just constant communication. I hope you can see a difference between the two things that I'm really describing. Because the reason why I'm making this video is because I feel such a difference. So over the course of the last couple weeks, I've been waking up earlier and making sure that I'm spending the right time reading the Bible, communicating with God, having time for prayer, that when there's challenges in my day, which of course there would always be, the more I'm managing and responsible for, I'm communicating with him about it. I'm giving it to him. And I can't even tell you the amount of positives that has really been going on over the course of the last couple weeks. So I wanted to share with you guys, I have my Bible here, and I wanted to share with you a passage from the book of John. It's John 15. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. He who abides in me and I in him bears much fruit. If you abide in me and my words abide in you, you will ask what you desire and it shall be done for you. I didn't actually know of this passage. While I am reading the Bible, I am only about halfway through, and until this past Sunday. And when our pastor read it to us, and coincidentally, he ran a sermon that was just on very much everything that I'm talking to you guys about, and everything that was very much on my heart. And I'm thinking, over the course of the last couple weeks, so much good has happened. There's been I mean, just a lot of really good things that has happened in my business. I've received new opportunities, new positions, new contracts. The right people are coming into my business. The HR team that I have is so much stronger. I mean, there's just so many good things that have been happening in my business in the last couple of weeks since I've been giving myself and my business and my problems and my communication more to God. And then, you know, that passage on Sunday that our pastor read, and I was like, this is just not a coincidence. You know, I mean, the more I explore my faith, and the more that I apply it to what I already know about law of attraction, the more I'm so excited about the two being linked together and how I can explore this, you know, with my relationship with God. So what I'm doing now is it's easy to not communicate with him on a regular basis because of how busy we can be. And I am the first one to for sure admit that. So on nights where I'm not coming home super late, I'm going to bed at 10, I'm waking up at 4, so that way 6 hours of sleep is all I need. I mean, that's just all anyone really needs as long as you actually believe that. Hence law of attraction. So I'm waking up at 4 a.m. and then just, you know, taking my time to be with him and communicate with him and listen to him. I recommend this book here. It's called Secrets of the Secret Place by Bob Sorge. It's really good, and it talks about just a lot of, well, having time with him in the secret place in the morning. And then in nights where I do come home late, because that can really happen with what I do for sure. And so then I'll at least get to bed by 11. I'll wake up at 5, 6 hours, have some time, you know, still to myself to communicate with God, and then go to the office at that point, and I'll still be early, on time at the latest. So that's kind of what's been going on. And I just really wanted to share that with you guys. And like I said, it was, you know, on my mind and on my heart for a little while. And I just, you know, didn't feel right about making the video just yet. Still something that I'm exploring. But after this revelation recently, acting on it, seeing results from it, you know, I just really left church on Sunday and I was like, I just really want to make a video about what's going on. So I would love to hear your thoughts on some of the same subjects, because, I mean, whatever they are, positive or negative, you know, I felt all of them previously before, I mean, no question, as I kind of addressed. So if you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and everybody have a great night. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.